Okay. So question number 22 and 23 are of similar nature. In question number 23, there is a ball of mass 10 to power minus 2 kg attached to a rope of length 1 meter. The charge on the ball is 3 into 10 to power of minus 6 coulomb. The other end of the string is fixed, and on the other end a charge minus 3 into 10 to power of minus 6 coulomb is attached. Okay. The ball can move in circular orbit of radius 1 meter in vertical plane. So it can move in vertical plane. Initially the ball is at bottom. Find the minimum velocity, horizontal velocity of the ball so that it will be able to complete the full circle. So we have to find what minimum velocity the ball should be given such that it is able to complete the vertical circle. From our discussion of the chapter of vertical circular motion, we know that the minimum velocity required at the bottommost point is under root 5gr. But here under root 5gr won't give us the right answer, because there's also one more charge minus q kept, which is also exerting a force on this charge besides the gravitational force. Okay. So for the particle to be able to complete the vertical circle, the requirement is the tension at the topmost point should be just greater than 0. So if we make the free body diagram of this mass, at the topmost point, the forces acting on this mass will be its own weight mg plus tension, which is just equal to or greater than 0, and attractive force kq square by r square, where r is equal to 1 meter. In the reference frame attached to ball, we can add a pseudo force m vt square by r. Okay. For tension to be just equal to 0 or greater than 0, we will have m vt square by r is equal to mg plus kq square by r square. For equilibrium in non-inertial reference frame. Okay. From this value, we can find the minimum velocity required at the top such that the tension at the top does not become 0. Okay. M is given, G is known, K is known, charges are known, and the radius is known. Solving for this, we get the value of Vt as Vt square as 18.1 meter per second whole square. If we put the numerical values, the value of Vt, this is the velocity required at the top, comes out to be 18.1 meter per second whole square. If we know the velocity required at the top, we can now calculate the velocity the mass should have at the bottom by energy conservation. If the velocity at the bottommost point is Vb, by energy conservation, half mvb square initial kinetic energy should be equal to half mvt square at the topmost point, the kinetic energy, plus the gain in potential energy 2 mgr. This is r, and this is also r, mgr. The height of the mass is increased by 2r. So increasing potential energy is mg into 2r. Solving this, half will cancel. We can take here, it will become 4. So Vb square, m will get cancelled. Vb square will be equal to Vt square plus 4 into G is 10 into 1. R is 1. So Vt square was 18.1. 18.1 plus 40 is 58.1. Under root will be equal to Vb. So this will be the velocity of the mass at the bottommost point required for this mass to be able to reach to this point with a velocity of Vt, such that it will be able to complete the circle and the rope will never be slack throughout the journey. If it is not slack at the topmost point, if the rope is not slack at the topmost point, it will not be slack at any other point. So we have to just confirm that the velocity of the mass at the topmost point is such that the rope is not slack. If the velocity is this much, the rope will not slack at the topmost point. If it will not slack at the topmost point, it will never slack throughout the journey. Okay. Similarly, in question number 23, everything is same with respect to question number 21. But the mass here is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 kg. Charge is 1 microcoulomb. And the length of the rope is 0.8 meter. So this is the arrangement. Length L. But this time the charge on this mass is also positive. So instead of attractive force as was happening in the previous problem, there will be repulsive force. So again it is asked, what should be the minimum velocity at the bottommost point Vb such that the particle will be able to complete the vertical circle. When this particle reaches the topmost point, the forces acting on this particle will be its own weight mg, tension T just equal to or greater than 0, pseudo force outside m Vt square by L. L is the radius. This is the centrifugal force, and centrifugal force we apply in the free body diagram outside. Okay. Plus there is also electrostatic repulsion force kq square by L square. For tension to be just equal to or greater than 0, we should have mg should be equal to kq square by L square plus m Vt square by L. Solving from here, we can get the value of Vt square. M Vt square by L should be equal to mg minus kq square by L square. L will get cancelled, m will get cancelled, and we'll have to put m here. Solving from here, we can get the value of Vt because G is known, L length is 0.8, charges are known. Solving from here, we will get Vt to be equal to how much? Vt square to be equal to 2.375 meter per second square. This is the value of Vt square, velocity required at the topmost point, the square of it. Okay. If this is the velocity at the topmost point, the velocity of at the bottommost point we can get again from energy conservation. Kinetic energy half mvv square at this point will convert to kinetic energy at the topmost point plus the potential energy gained will be mg into 2L. That is the length. the increase in height is 2L, so mg into 2L is the increase in potential energy. We can take 2 here, so it will become 4. We can cancel m, and therefore Vb square again will be equal to Vt square plus G is 10 into 4 into L is the length, how much? 0.8. And this Vb square will come out to be equal to 34.315 will be Vb square, and therefore Vb will come out to be 5.86 meter per second. This is the minimum velocity required at the bottommost point. For this particle to be able to reach the topmost point with a velocity Vt, only when the particle reaches the topmost point with velocity Vt, the tension in the rope will be just greater than 0. And if the tension in the rope at the topmost point is just greater than 0, tension in the rope will be greater than 0 at every other point. The rope will never slack. So in this problem and the previous problem, a very genuine question is that while applying the equation for energy conservation, we have not included the work done by the electrostatic force between the two charges, isn't it? So while applying the energy conservation equation, what we have done, so we have simply said initial kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy should be equal to the kinetic energy at the topmost point plus the gravitational potential energy of the mass in the new position. We have not included the work done by the electrostatic force. Why? Because in this particular condition, the electrostatic force at any position between these two charges, the electrostatic force acting on this charge will be radially outward kq square by r square. And while the mass which is moving from this position to this position moves around on this semicircular path, the work done by this electrostatic force is always equal to 0, because at any instant the displacement of this mass ds is perpendicular to the force that is acting at that instant, at that moment. So work done by electrostatic force will always be 0 in this problem as the charge q moves from bottommost point to the topmost point. Okay, and therefore this energy conservation equation will hold true.